I was like,
He'd only kill you if it was real.
Cool. I'm gonna hope it's a harmless fantasy.
Sure. I mean, he wouldn't be writing about it if it weren't, right? Like, it's not
right.
Yeah.
This was clearly
like,
the man's project.
Like, what did Dahmer fantasize about? Naked boys being murdered.
Drilling holes in men's
Dahmer's fantasies made perfect sense. You don't want a fucking sex zombie. It's just the way he went around it made no sense.
You're right.
He's like, clearly, if I pour acid in a hole in the side of this guy's head, he'll be a sex zombie for me.
Yeah.
You know what the worst part is? It almost did kind of work. It worked for like a couple days, right?
Yeah. It kind of made him retarded and pliable.
Yeah, because the guy stumbled out in the road, and the cops were like, "What's up with this naked guy?" And then Dahmer came out, and he's like, dude." And then Dahmer played it perfectly. He went, "You know how us gays are," and the cops went, "Yeah, all right."
Can you imagine the mental
high? Take the guy
high?
back inside to murder him.
Can you imagine the mental high of being a gay murderer and having your victim escape and then catching him and convincing the police you were just fucking? Like, that had to have been the highest high for him.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm killing another person tonight.
Yeah, I got to keep this
thing
going.
A new one. I'm getting another one right now. I'm actually invincible. I knew it.
When the chips are hot, you don't walk away from the table. Once you got one sex zombie fucking murdered, keep it going.
That's true. Let it roll. Let it ride.
There's I don't know if they made a movie out of it. There was like a graphic novel about a guy who just grew up with Jeffrey Dahmer. And he's like, yeah, he's just like the weird kid in high school. He hung out all the time. He tortured animals, and I should have probably thought harder about that.
Yeah. Anybody that fucking tortures animals, like that's
like the sign.
I don't think you grow out of that. You know what I mean? I don't think you turn that around.
Yeah.
Like, I used to torture animals, but now I'm like a decent human being who doesn't think of doing awful things. And like, no, you're still that guy. You're still that guy that cuts bunnies' heads off, dude. That shit's fucked.
I never knew anybody who fucked with animals like that, but it would have been a red flag. Where it's like,
I did know
this guy just crucifies squirrels. It's like, okay, I'm not hanging out with this guy anymore.
Yeah, I know someone that, and I didn't know them when they did it, and I met them probably like a decade and a half after. And after knowing them for 12 years, they were like, oh yeah, no, when I was younger, I used to fucked up. And I was like, oh yeah, what'd you do? He's like, no, like me and another friend, we put like a metal bucket over a rat that was living, and like we heated it up, and like it was just like screaming inside, and we were like heating it up with this blowtorch, and he was describing it, and I was like, that's the fucking craziest thing ever. And I was like, and a lot of your weird quirks look so bizarre now. Like they actually, a lot of things I'm like, this guy's fucking silly, dude. No, trust me, you don't know how his brain works. And then I was like, oh my God, that's literally how your brain works.
Yeah, that's like straight up evil, like torturing animals.
Today, and since I've known him, he's been very good with animals, which is very suspicious.
See, I was gonna say, like, I could almost trust a guy like that because, like, I feel like as humans, we're almost trained to guy? Well, it's like vermin, you know? It's like rats are there to be exterminated, right? And like he probably went a little over the top with it, but if it was, you know, it's like different than like killing. I don't know.
A lot of people will shoot at raccoons and shit with rubber bullets or airsoft guns and stuff.
Yeah,
they're crazy in Canada. I never did anything like that because I actually find raccoons. I wish I had one as a pet. I love that they have hands. And
raccoons are
Canada,
so cool. Yeah.
In Canada, bro, they're big, they're crazy. They make it through the winter. They'll climb on top of each other, or we'll have multiple of them push a chair next to a garbage can. And we had like epic meals in our garbage can. So they're like, we gotta fucking get in there. And they many times have pushed garbage cans over to get inside. People weigh their garbage cans down with bricks, and they lock the garbage, like they put a latch over it because the raccoons are crazy. And I had a broom that when I would go out to smoke in the back, when there was a bunch, they don't care if you come out like, they don't. Like I literally have to extend the broom out and like push them, and they'll be like, and like you
They
push
seem
them like
pretty intelligent.
They're super intelligent. You want them like off. And when I one time saw them on the deck and I wanted to go smoke, but they're there because like we had another garbage bag there. They're all chilling, and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck these guys. I turn on the back light and I go, where's the broom? And the broom is on the outside. And one of them looks at me and like runs over to the broom and slams it on the ground. And I was like, this is crazy, man. They win tonight. They get it. They get the deck tonight.
One of the reasons I want to, if I move, I'm going to go to Missouri for a couple reasons. It's the weed,
Missouri rocks,
and the freedoms, and the climate, and the culture. But also,
and the barbecue.
One of the few places in the country you can have a pet raccoon.
Really?
I'm going to have a pet raccoon someday. Like every time I watch a cool
I don't like
video,
how you say that.
Raccoon. I could just say coon. I'm gonna get me a little coon.
No, you can't say that.
I'm gonna have that coon follow me around everywhere I go. Do what I say. No, I want a little raccoon friend. They're smart. They have people hands. Like they're devious. I like all that shit. You have to baby proof your house. Like you have to get those
thumbs change everything, man.
Yes. You could teach it to jerk you off. I bet. Like those things can do anything.
Well, I don't know why.
You know that Dave Chappelle bit? He's like, you know how long it took me to teach that monkey to suck my dick without trying to peel it first?
Kyle,
bro, if you came to Missouri, you would love it. We're the land of freedom.
You can't have a pet raccoon in Missouri.
I was sure.
You're kind of right. I looked it up. There are 16 states in which you can have a legal raccoon, and 2 states where you kind of can, but it's logistically impossible. The logistically impossible states are Michigan and Missouri.
What makes it logistically impossible? Do I need a small zoo license? Because
I'm just scanning. It looks like it must be purchased from a USDA licensed breeder, and there aren't any or something. I'm just starting my research.
It's got to be a purebred.
By the way, I've seen this Mobbed by Raccoons video before.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a great one. And that person's just so crazy to do that. They're like raccoons are just they're just crazy vicious randomly.
Zach,
just like
show some of this. So here's the licensed raccoon breeder. It's raccoonheaven.com, and it's just like a puppy website. They got all the baby raccoons for sale, and they're cheap.
Raccoon
Heaven.
Oh
my
Look
God.
at the baby raccoons, boy.